Welcome to the Talking to Strangers fan episode. Begin.
This is the episode where we find out what the fans thought.
There you go.
There we are. Okay.
Tag team.
I thought we'd start with, so Squiggy posted, we sent him our Stumble Forward t-shirt. We sent to him because he was a fan. And he did an Instagram post with his Stumble Forward t-shirt. And it was a long post, but I'll just read some little things that he put. This is a light bulb moment during my time on Book Interrupted podcast when we were discussing White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. So much so that the Book Interrupted team has released a Squiggy line of merchandise featuring Stumble Forward. The stumbles represents color of race. There was a great discussion on how to represent white people in this design. While they aren't oppressed, they are the key to fixing the problem. So in a call-in instead of a call-out mindset, they had to be incorporated into the design. The design itself went through a stumble forward phase in itself. On top of the wicked design, a portion of the profits will be donated to PEC, local BIPOC, People of Color organization. At all welcome here. And then he says more stuff because it's a long post. And then he just says, thank you, Book Interrupted. I feel honored to have my words had had such an effect. I seriously can't believe it. I have a shirt. And he said, because first I chose to learn, then I chose to share, and you chose to listen. And here we are.
Oh,
that's nice, right?
That's so
That's
nice of him to
great.
say.
Right?
That's awesome.
And it's such a fantastic shirt.
know.
I haven't got one yet. I got to get one because it's just cool. It's
It
just
is
a cool
cool.
shirt.
Really cool shirt.
Mhm.
Good one. Yeah. So thank you, Leah. for
And
making that
Squiggy.
shirt.
Mhm.
And Squiggy.
And all of
For-
you stumblers.
This was interesting. So we had a lot of activity on Twitter this last book cycle. And so I just put I'm just highlighting all the new people I've never seen before, because oftentimes you get a lot of the same people reposting and sharing on the different platforms that they use. And we had so many new people this time around, which was really nice. And one person, I thought this is really interesting. One person really liked our nonviolent communication playlist blog about the songs we picked. So they liked it. But what I thought was really exciting, maybe it's just me, it's like Kim's like manifested this opportunity maybe. The picture of the person, he is called Mindful Empathy. And he's called Tony, the empathy guy, Struggs. His picture on Twitter is him with Oprah.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. No, I'm not joking. I sent it to all you guys. Yeah. If you go to Mindful Empathy, Tony, the empathy guy, Struggs, you'll see a picture of him with Oprah. And he really liked our nonviolent communication playlist blog. Yeah. There you go, Kim.
now we're only
Are
3
baiting
degrees of
Oprah.
separation away.
Right?
Working.
We might be
Keep on
Oprah's best
clawing
friend.
ourselves
Yes.
closer to Oprah.
You're really baiting her. Hopefully he-
Well, I don't know. Do you guys know this? That it's embarrassing now because I had a mission that I completely, embarrassingly did not accomplish. But I was really inspired because of Super Soul Sundays with Oprah. And I'd never been on Twitter. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make my Twitter premiere and I'm going to talk to Oprah. I'm going to send Oprah a message every single day for a whole year. And hopefully someone will see it and be like, who's this girl that always talks to you, Oprah? And my very first message, which I still think was really good, was, are you there, Oprah? It's me, Kimberly. Are you there? God, it's me, Margaret.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. And then I did it for I don't know, not even a week. I was like, I don't even understand how Twitter works. Is anyone seeing this? I don't even know. So then I just quit. So that avenue is not working. But ever since then, I've been passively baiting her.
Passively.
Really passively.
Just thinking about her.
Yeah, some of the
yeah.
baiting is
Really, I've just been
taking
thinking about her before I go to sleep every night.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the
You hear my
empathy guy
thoughts.
can help you.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh,
or help
that's
Oprah
funny.
Start
to keep
following
me
him.
away.
Yeah.
Maybe start following him and send your Oprah messages to him.
You send send this to Oprah for me?
Can you send this to Oprah for me? Poor empathy guy.
No.
I don't want to use him.
No, it's very nice
No.
of him.
That
I
is
like
nice.
our
of him.
playlist. It was a good
Yeah.
playlist. I like all our playlists. I often
Me
put them on
too.
when
It's
I'm
one of my-
working
yeah.
on book interrupted stuff.
Oh,
That or Radiohead.
the Talking to Strangers playlist, I really like. I listen to it a lot of times
Oh,
when I'm
it's
working.
good.
If I don't have to do editing, yeah. It's really good, that one. Like some of the songs that we put in, like I looked for things with strangers and stuff, and I didn't hit hardly any of the ones. Like Mare's Doors, like People Are Strange. I was like, I forgot about the
I thought
doors.
everyone was gonna put that on.
I always think that
I
about all
think
the
it
songs
was
I
on
pick.
my longer list to include. Yeah. And I love our playlist. We just have like, we're really good at putting together amazing
Can you
playlists.
say so yourself?
Yeah.
It's just really fun to like
It's fun.
think of
Isn't
songs that
it?
fit a theme and then see how they all come together. Like there's just something I every single time I'm always like it's just so gratifying, I guess. Like
Yeah.
when we do it each time, it never loses its luster for me.
It's nice to get a new playlist every, 6 weeks.
Another new person liked our International Women's Day posts, and which I thought was a good announcement, our new fan book member Virginia, who's going to be joining us for Midnight Library, also mentioned to all of us how much she liked our International Women's
Oh,
Day.
that's
You
nice.
did so well with it, Sarah.
It was good, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe
good.
we did it. We really did it last minute though.
We pulled it off.
Oh, it was like crash and
Day before.
panic because I'd even the day before, I was like, oh my gosh, it's tomorrow. And then I was like, fudge, I don't have the time to chase. So I made up like a backup plan. And then you just jumped into action, Sarah. You're like, don't worry, we can do this. We said we'd do this. And I was like, okay, we can do this. It was amazing.
I think it's like a microcosm of how awesome women are. The fact that we like pulled it off with zero time, you know what I mean? We were just like, bam, and got it done kind of thing, even though we could have also been like, it's impossible to complete now. The time
Yeah.
has run out or whatever,
Yeah.
but we didn't do that.
At all. You guys did the opposite. And it was really, I don't know, it impacted me definitely positively. I don't know how. I just remember being like, that's my girls. Like, I just remember feeling like supported, like, just like, we can do things, Yeah.
And I just like being part of the message. Like I liked us being part
Yeah.
of the message. Yeah, and I want to talk about how our next book will be The Midnight Library, that we've chosen a fan named Virginia, and we'll be reading The Midnight Library with her after the Robin.
Yeah.
But the Robin
once we
Rose
wrap
comes
the Robin.
first, and then it'll be Midnight Library. I'm excited about it.
Mhm.
It was on my radar.
The
Anyway.
fan
You
episodes
started it,
are
right,
always
Kara?
so fun. The fan
Yes.
episodes,
Oh,
right? Like I just
they
love
are.
having another person on here, and it's just it's exciting. She seems fun.
Yeah. It's like a refreshing dynamic. I agree.
I haven't got the book yet. Gotta work on
Mine
that.
is.
I would
I haven't either. I'm
highly
planning on getting
suggest
it on
that
Tuesday,
you
so I'm
put
glad
it
that
off. It's taken over my life.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't
Mine's
it feel
coming from
good?
Yeah, like I do enjoy that kind of book.
Yeah, I know. It's so good. I mean, it might not be your guys' cup of tea, but I'm the sort of person that like, even in music, there's something beautiful if someone plays like a minor chord, like it's like sad, but there's like beauty in that. I like love that. And to me, like the Midnight Library is like one giant minor chord
Oh,
that
gross.
makes you, I love it.
That's just a minute. I didn't
Kim
mean to
is
do
totally
that.
a major
I
chord.
don't know what
lady.
happened to my impulse control. And
No, I love that you're sharing how you really feel. I was
Your
like, wow.
personality is very major chord, like
Yeah, I
love
love
that.
the like it's going like
Gross.
down, but it does a reframe, just re-examining like what is a regret.
I didn't mean to say gross. That is a regret.
I think it was freaking
Maybe you'll like this book then.
hilarious.
I meant to say great, but I still the message was still the
Gross.
same, that I'm like cautious now. But gross I thought was just too extreme. So I just want to clarify that because it came right out of my mouth and it was a surprise to me. Like I was like, gross? No, shut up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Your mouth is like, I like to sing major chords. Gross.
Totally.
Minors are not my favorite.
Yeah,
sorry.
it was
So true.
hilarious.
You're such a, but because you're a musical person, that's why it's so awesome that your mouth just did that. Your brain was like, she can try to say anything she wants, but I know how she feels.
Yeah.
The mouth is like, I'm taking over here.
Okay, well, thank you.
Oh, that was so good. That was great.
So when we did Off the Shelf, our last Off the Shelf, Kim did tarot card readings for all of us. And then afterwards, you just got so into it that you did 2 interruptions with the tarot card readings. So
couldn't stop it after.
it was great. So the video one is the one that got liked and shared a lot. And someone called Tara Czar, so like a tarot site on Twitter, they liked it. So there you go.
Oh,
I know. I was like,
I'm thinking back to that Off the Shelf, but I can't remember I have to go back and remember what the card said, because like this past week was very challenging. I was like,
Oh,
was
yeah.
this predicted
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
tarot card reading?
Good
Should I
question.
have heeded the the advice?
it was legal. You got justice.
I did get justice.
Mhm,
There you go.
Justice. Yeah, there you go.
Well, I'll have to think about that one.
The
Yeah, can we
verdict
do-
is in.
Can we do a tarot after every Off the Shelf?
Yeah, I'm
I would
totally
love
fine
to.
with that. That is no problem.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's
If we
do
have
it.
time. If we're not like blah 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 blah. I mean, we always are, but you know,
Yeah, I
try
know.
to leave some time.
We'll have to consciously not blah, blah, blah.
KJ,
Yeah, it wasn't-
your tarot reading for me was exactly what I needed. So it had everything to do kind of with super busy right now, but I'm going to be coming up on a space. And is it okay now if I start to consider how I would like that space to be filled? And I swear to God, it's because of you. I'm not usually a strong manifester. I would say that I have very good luck, but I think it's because I know how to bring my emotions up to get things that I want. But anyways, I attribute it to you. I was able to manifest 2 incredible things to come into my life as a result of your reading.
Well, I also think you should attribute it to you. You're the manifester.
Aw.
Just to give credit where credit's due. I'm glad I awoken maybe your awareness to the possibility, but you manned that fest, man.
Yeah, you did. You
And-
helped me start to bring intention into the mix, where I would have been doing like typical Kara style, like
Potentially unconscious.
you know, yeah.
And for the record, Kara's card was 9 of Wands.
Yes. Thank you, Sarah.
Do you
I
have
love
notes, or are you
your-
just
Remember
insane?
No, she's just good with this stuff.
Huh.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I'm pretty good.
So should I say a little thing about Celestial Saturday real quick?
Yeah,
There was
great.
ever like a perfect cue for the
Well,
moment. Here
right.
it is.
So we're considering having it run on a Saturday, a brief little under 10-minute mini session with Leah, who wanted to have more readings. And all of you are welcome to potentially do a Celestial Saturday as well, which is a more, individually focused situation, but shorter. And she just puts together some stuff. I advise all of you to go do a sneak peek in our folder, because the trailer is insanely amazing, and the actual product that we kind of have come up with as our pilot, like practice, is pretty cool too. But to the listeners, if you're interested, check out, where do we keep those things? Facebook or everywhere?
They will be on our blog. So they can go to www.bookinterrupted.com/blog on Saturdays,
But
and they'll see them there
right, eventually. Like,
eventually.
not probably this Saturday.
Yes.
Not this Saturday. Okay. I was like, when are we
Maybe.
doing this?
I mean, maybe that first one's pretty good. It's just that there's not a second one ready to go in the what do you call it? The
the
barrel,
queue.
the holster.
Right.
I'm much more violent than that. Not a nice line. The cannon.
No.
In the shaft. Now I'm going gross. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Next
no.
topic. I'm sorry.
Disgusting. I'm doing that to you.
Gross.
Is that what you said? Oh, gross. Gross.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gross.
gross.
Oh, I was gonna say great.
Book interrupted.
So I've been listening to Cyndi Lauper, and I love it. I love it so much. I was so wrong. I love the song All Through the Night, which is funny because I'm not usually into like super 80s sounding stuff. And then I think Prince wrote I Drove All Night. I only think that because I know Celine Dion covers it, so I know the rights are sold out. And then I listened to Cyndi Lauper covering Unchained Melodies, and I actually got hooked. It's so emotional, and I love it so much, and I love it so much. I was wrong. I love Cyndi Lauper.
Book Interrupted.
During this book cycle, and this wasn't even on purpose, but I'm just finding it here. I listen to podcasts from time to time called Hidden Brain. You guys know what this is?
Yeah.
It's really good. They do.
Sam Harris.
They've got this series called Mind Reading 2.0, and this is so like goes along with this talking to strangers book so well, because it's like there's a whole bunch of episodes like why did you do that, like, you know, trying to figure out why we do things and why other people do things, how others see you, the double standard, like it's easy to spot bias in other people but not in yourself. And anyway, there's like a whole 5 episodes, why conversations go wrong, and it's kind of like looking like a little bit more focused on all these things we talked about in Talking to Strangers. So if you like the book, you might really like the Hidden Brain. We're not being paid by Hidden Brain or anything. I just really enjoyed it because like I started listening to it. I was like, oh, this is totally like, I kind of wish I had listened to it while I was reading the book, like for part of our group conversations. So
that might remind me of something. I listened to a podcast, and it was a bonus episode on revisionist history, which is Malcolm Gladwell's podcast. It's a QU. Podquest. And he was debating Adam Grant. Nice. Just about a bunch of stuff. And just
wait, who's Adam Grant? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names.
He just came out with like Think Again. I guess you could say he's like an organizational psychologist.
That's right. He and Gladwell, I think, are really good friends, but they're often on opposite sides of an argument. And I went and found that podcast because one thing that I thought was interesting, remember how I was saying, like, there's something about this book, like I'm not enjoying this chapter, I'm not enjoying that chapter, I feel like this and that. I heard that in that debate, Adam Grant kind of may have been giving me some fuel for my fire. So it's not in there. So I don't know if I got the wrong thing or whatever, but here's a valid point. Talking to Strangers is about how we like don't know anything, but Blink is about how we do, right? In 1 second. So that was one of Adam Grant's points. This didn't happen in that podcast, so I don't know where it is, but that's why what drew me to it, because he was kind of being like, what are you even talking about? Like, you don't even know what you're talking about. 1 minute you're saying we can figure things out in the blink of an eye. The next thing you're saying, like, we don't know anything. Like, what's your theory? And I think Gladwell was like, I don't know, I just write. Like the banter between them was really actually enjoyable. Like, it's funny. He gives advice. He's like, what's your best way to communicate at work? And Gladwell's like, I find passive aggressively is the most
oh my gosh, I gotta check this one out.
Yeah, it's at the end. I think it's at the end of his season 2. It was just this bonus footage, and then season 3 was coming. So that might be where it's located. But I guess if you just search Adam Grant on revisionist history, you'll find it.
We'll have to put it in the show notes, I think.
Yeah.
Friendly banter when done with like humility and humor is great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really good, it's live. I think that Gladwell was on Adam Grant's. Anyway, it's on his, I found it on revisionist history, but it might have been Grant like interviewing Gladwell.
Right.
If you've enjoyed these video highlights, listen to the full episode on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when new episodes are published. Find out more by going to www.bookinterrupted.com.
Never forget, every child matters.